Live from 12 Studios, this is News 12 at 10.
An investigation continues into a restaurant's connection with the tourism department, whom the committee says they may need to talk to.
The Grayson Crisis Center's Power of Purple is officially finished, and we will tell you how well we fared coming up.
And rain on the way to Texoma again. Steve's in the Weather Center with a look at the severe threat in the week. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to News 12 at 10. I'm Stone Grissom. Well, let's start tonight with the Power of Purple event. It was hosted by the Grayson Crisis Center and our very own Jen Phillips. Just wrapped up in Pottsboro. So Jen, tell us about the night and how did it go?
Well, Stone, we had a lofty goal tonight. The Grayson Crisis Center fundraiser, Power of Purple. This is the third year they've done this now. It had a goal tonight, $55,000 in 2 hours. I don't know about you, but it sounds nearly impossible when you look at it on paper. But we live in Texoma. That's the wonderful thing. And there are wonderful people here, wonderful, generous people. And I am so proud to say that you guys, we did it. More than $55,000. And these donations are actually still being counted. So we are more than $55,000 in, which means not only did we meet our goal, but we gave the Crisis Center an opportunity to do the amazing work that they do. This organization helps survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault overcome what they have been through and become better for it. There is a very large thing working against survivors. And if you don't have help, it's hard to know where to go. That's where the Grayson Crisis Center comes in. So this is a great night. Yes, we did an amazing thing here, more than $55,000 toward this organization, but the work isn't over. Actually, 68 seconds. Every 68 seconds, there's an American who becomes a victim of sexual assault. That's way too many. One is way too many, but it happens right here in our neighborhood. So in the spirit of Power of Purple Night, I want you to go to your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues, the people in your life, and tell them you're there for them. And then you also know where to go with them if they do need your help. The Grayson Crisis Center is here, and you can go and find more information about their mission, what we did tonight, and what they continue to do every day at powerofpurple.live. So for now, live in Pottsboro, Jen Phillips, News 12.
All right, great job tonight, Jen. We're all very proud of you. Thank you very much. All right, let's turn to the weather right now. A bit quiet. However, we do have some weather coming for the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Steve Lenore is here to tell us what we're in for.
Thanks a lot, Stone. Well, tonight things are fairly quiet, but we're watching a fast-moving upper wave that's currently coming over right about Las Vegas and moving to the east and northeast. What's going to be happening? This is a potent little system. It'll be tracking to the north of us tomorrow. We'll just be on the southern edge of that. It may be close enough, though, to give us a couple of late day or Friday evening severe storms. The SPC, that's the Storm Prediction Center, says that the quadrant of Texoma shaded in the yellow has a slight risk for severe weather. Most of us won't even see any rain tomorrow evening, but in this area, heads up, Ada, Ardmore, Sulphur, there could be a late day or evening storm that would be possibly severe. They're going to be very spotty, though. So again, this is an iffy situation, but potentially dangerous if we get any storms that actually form. That's tomorrow night. For tonight, winds are steady out of the southeast, about 15 miles per hour, and it's a warm one. The temperatures generally still in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, we'll barely get down in the upper 60s with a partly cloudy sky. Now tomorrow, it may look like rain, maybe a sprinkle in the morning, but nothing significant. We'll have a windy one tomorrow, winds gusting to 35 miles an hour, top end about 80 degrees. If we get any storms, most likely they're after 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Much better chance of rain coming later in the weekend. I've got those numbers, Stone, when I come back.
All right. Thank you, Steve. A lieutenant at the Fannin County Jail no longer working with inmates after a DWI arrest. Yeah, Billy Pilkington was arrested in Melissa. This is on Tuesday for allegedly driving under the influence. Fannin County Sheriff Mark Johnson says he's still working at the jail, but he's now in a position away from inmates. Pilkington is an employee of LaSalle Corrections that operates the jail and does not directly work for the sheriff's office. Had 2 men in custody after deputies say they led them on a multi-town chase. Deputies say 18-year-old R.D. Patterson and 24-year-old Timothy Wilkes failed to stop at a traffic stop. This was in Sherman, and then ultimately led officers to Denison. Police say they hit a light pole and then ran from the vehicle. Wilkes has a felony warrant for his arrest. Both are now being held on a $10,000 bond. Oh, 3 men and a minor arrested after a drive-by shooting in Hugo. Hugo police say 21-year-old Eric Hilbert was walking near a home. This is on the 900 block of West Duke Street. They say 3 men, 22-year-old Guilherme Renzo Rosales, Trederiolius McDonald, and Deandra Gaffney, and a minor, also all pulled up and started firing multiple shots, one which actually hit Hilbert before driving off. The white Lincoln they were driving in was pulled over. 2 hours later, they were all taken into custody.
These individuals are connected, and we also believe not only that, but we also believe that the firearms are connected.
After 3 men and the juvenile were taken into custody, the bonds have not been set yet. Hugo police executed a search warrant on one of the homes. This was on North F Street Tuesday night. They say they found an AK-47 pistol. Lieutenant Jenkins was referencing there, which they believe could be connected to at least 2 unsolved shootings in Hugo over at least the past 10 months. Well, members of the Oklahoma House of Representatives announced they've now formed an investigative committee to join the state's investigation of a well-known restaurateur's ties to the tourism department. Now, those restaurant contracts were terminated by the state for suspected fraudulent activity and questionable business practices. Fox 25 out of Oklahoma City reports that Brent Swadley, the owner of Foggy Bottom Kitchens, told a fire marshal agent that Governor Stitt in Oklahoma reached out to him personally to put those restaurants in the state parks. Well, Representative Ryan Martinez says if that's true, they'll be speaking with Stitt.
We're going to start digging into this, and we're going to go where the evidence leads us. And wherever the evidence leads us, if it leads us there, then more than happy to have those questions answered.
In reaction to all of this, Governor Stitt issued a statement today saying he's called for more audits than any other governor in state history, and he welcomes the investigation for maximum transparency. All right, more business coming to town means more traffic on the roads. The projects to prepare for what's ahead. And today's almanac, temperatures running close to average for the last days of April. What's ahead as we move now into May? Well, Steve says there's a bit of a mixed bag, at least for the next 7 days. Here's the timing and the numbers coming up. As new businesses continue to come to Ardmore, the city wants to make sure its roads can actually handle all that new traffic. News 12's Kemper Ball spoke with city officials about what they have planned for the town's roadways.
Rockford Road is already one of Ardmore's busiest streets, and with new businesses on the way, it's about to get even busier, which is why it's just one of several areas that the city has plans to expand in the coming months.
When I start to see new businesses coming in, we see a lot of heavy trucks coming in, that is a big indication right there we need to do something with our roads and our streets.
Ardmore engineer Josh Randell says Rockford needs to be able to handle more traffic, and the updates he's helped plan will do exactly that.
We're going to widen Rockford Road from Broadway to 4th. We're going to go to 4 lanes. We're going to widen the bridge. We're going to take care of all that. We're going to redo the roadway over the railroad tracks.
Randell says they also plan to add a dedicated right turn lane to the street's Broadway intersection. But expanding existing roads is just the beginning. The city is also planning on adding a whole new road.
We're still in the preliminary stages of doing a road or designing a road, in the preliminary design stages of a road between 12th and Merrick.
Chamber of Commerce President Bill Murphy says these updates are important to current businesses as well as businesses that haven't arrived yet.
When prospective businesses see that we make easy accessibility that we make infrastructure improvements a priority in this community. I think that sends the right signals to other businesses.
Randell says that the design stage of the Rockford project should be done by the end of this summer, and construction on the new road could begin as early as September. Reporting in Ardmore, Kemper Ball, News 12.
Well, a wind farm could be making its way to Fannin County tonight. News 12's Kylie Dedman was at the Honey Grove Council meeting. That's where members of the public actually got to hear about that proposal.
At Thursday night's Honey Grove Council meeting, Fannin County Judge Randy Moore informed members of the council and the public about the future of their town. Judge Moore says he was contacted at the end of last week about Silo wind farms eyeing land in the county. He says the proposed 72 windmills planned would stretch from south of Dodge City off of FM 2077 and goes east to south of Honey Grove, about 15 to 16 miles. He says the windmills will be about 800 feet tall. Judge Moore says the lease contract runs for 25 years.
Those areas that were perfect areas for subdivisions to come in, for housing to come in, for Honey Grove to enlarge, for Wyndham to enlarge, it will be curtailed by this move.
I reached out to Silo Wind Farms for a comment and have not heard back. Reporting in Honey Grove, Kylie Dedman, News 12.
Newborn endangered lemurs growing up at a Texoma zoo. Just how big they can grow.
Okay, so the drought monitor comes out every Thursday. Last Thursday, here's how it looked. We had a large area of severe drought in Texoma. Most of us were in at least an extreme drought. See how the rain on Sunday changed that and how much more rain we can expect. I'll be back with all the numbers in just a moment.